think religious schools should be eligible to become publicly funded charter schools? That's a question that was posed to the Supreme Court this week. And before the Supreme Court issues its ruling, I thought it'd be interesting to see what you think. This is an interesting issue because it's actually Republican against Republican. St. Isidore of Sevilla is a Catholic school in Oklahoma, and they want to become a public charter school eligible for public funding to make the cost of their education more affordable for local residents. Their argument is that other private organizations operate charter schools, which they do, and that because they're a religious organization, they're being discriminated against because they're religious and not being allowed to operate a charter school. On one side of this, you have the governor of Oklahoma and you have Board of Charter Schools in Oklahoma, who are all conservative Republicans and who all believe that St. Isidore should be eligible to become a publicly funded charter school. On the other side of this, you have the Republican Attorney General and many Republican members of the state legislature who say absolutely no, they should not be eligible for public funding. Because if you allow a Catholic school with a religious orientation to be eligible to receive public funding, then it's only a matter of time, they argue, before there is a school that teaches Sharia law and there's a school that teaches Wiccanism, because the argument would be the same. They want to operate a public school, and by not allowing them to have access to public funding, you're discriminating against them on the basis of religion. The Supreme Court in Oklahoma ruled against St. Isidore, saying that they are not eligible to be a charter school run, and that's a fairly conservative court. And so the matter has been appealed all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. And it's a pretty interesting case because Amy Coney Barrett has recused herself from the case. So it is potentially going to be a tie vote. It maybe rests on the shoulders of Chief Justice John Roberts, who is often a swing vote. But the decision, whatever it is, will have huge ramifications for public charter schools, because one thing you may not know, which I didn't know until this case was argued, is that in many parts of the country, the charter schools are the nearest locally available school. So now you have a Catholic charter school and you have somebody who's not of the Catholic religion, and that is their available public school. In fact, in some states, children are routinely assigned to charter schools as their default home school. And in those cases, children would be forced to listen to instruction on a religion that they don't adhere to just to get a publicly funded education. This is really about separation of church and state and whether public funds can be used to teach a particular religion to somebody. Let me know what you think, and as soon as the Supreme Court rules on this, I'll be back